Welcome to Say Yes to Chocolate, the podcast where better is the goal, not perfect.
We're your hosts, Dr. Becky and Sara B, bringing you simple, science-backed wellness with a side of real life and a sprinkle of chocolate love, because balance should taste like joy.
If you're ready to simplify your health and thrive in your 40s, 50s, and beyond, you're in the right place. Let's do this.
So have you ever woke up, Dr. Becky, after full nights of sleep and just felt cranky and tired and just a little bit like you were ran over? I definitely have.
Actually, that's you most mornings.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually used to be one of those really irritating morning people. Up every day, 4 or 5 a.m., no alarm clock, and ready to rock. I'm very much was a morning person till I hit my 40s, and then all of that just kind of started to change, just started to shift.
Yeah, and then you were talking to, you start waking up at 3 in the morning.
Yes.
Those afternoon slumps really start to hit.
Awake at 3 a.m., crashing in the afternoon, wanting another cup of coffee, brain fog, just feeling just like crummy.
And to be honest, I've never been a morning person. It really isn't my favorite time of day. It's always a little bit rough, but I have been experimenting with what we're going to talk about today, and I can tell you it is helping.
Yes. So welcome to Say Yes to Chocolate, your sweet spot for simple, sustainable wellness without the overwhelm. And I'm Dr. Becky.
And I'm Sara B. And today we're going to talk about morning sunlight, why it matters, what it does for your body, and how even a few minutes can actually make a big difference in your whole day.
And here's the amazing thing. Your body literally runs on light. So the 24-hour circadian rhythm, the 24-hour sunlight, sunrise, sunset, darkness, there's a reason for that. And when sunlight hits your eyes in the morning, it's not just brightness or irritating, depending on your point of view, but it's actually information. There are literally light-sensitive cells in our eyeballs. So where the body's all knowing, right? And those little light-sensitive cells are called photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. There's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful.
But for our dark chocolate people, that's a little deeper dive into a little bit of the science. But those little cells in your eyes actually detect that light and then turn around and communicate with your brain. And then when the brain detects that light, it basically signals a rhythm that influences everything from when you feel awake, when you get hungry, when you feel tired, and even when certain hormones are released. So light in the morning tells your brain, hey, it's daytime, time to start your day, time to get energized, time to wake up, get motivated, get purposeful. And then when darkness hits at night, it literally tells your brain it's time to rest, restore, and repair. There's a reason our bodies are wired to the natural pattern of day and night. It's literally built into our biology. It's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Right? That literally just being able to see the sun in the morning is flipping a switch in our brain that's setting our whole system.
Yes.
And it runs the whole system.
And there is a reason that nature is organized the way it is, right?
Right.
So, and then even a little bit deeper dive is because when you get light early in the day, not only does it signal to the brain information, but it literally sets off a hormone cascade. Melatonin production shuts down. Cortisol rises in a healthy way to wake you up. Serotonin increases in your bloodstream to boost your mood. And then 12 to 16 hours later, when the sun starts to go down, everything switches. Your brain actually is signaled to make melatonin, and that's what allows you to actually go to sleep. So that one signal from the sunlight literally touches everything, every part of your day. And that's why morning sunlight doesn't just help you with sleep, but it's vital for your energy, your mood, your motivation, your production, the way you perform during your day at work or with your duties at home. If you've been battling brain fog, which, hello.
Who has not been doing
Yes.
that in their 40s and 50s and beyond, right?
Yeah, it's not just a little forgetfulness. If you've been battling, anyway, brain fog, irritability, that constant sense of just feeling off, this is one really easy way to help flip that switch, turn it around.
So if you're cranky, tired, or moody in the morning, before you blame your coffee, your hormones, or even your husband, perhaps let's start with the sun.
Husband, for sure. Sometimes it's the simplest things that have the biggest impact.
Yes. Now that we talked about the science about why morning sun matters, how do we actually going to apply this to our daily life? Because if you're going to tell me, hey, wake up an hour early every day, let's go sit outside. Also, we live in a cold climate.
Right.
What does that actually need to look like to implement?
So here's the deal. You don't need to sit in the morning sunlight for an hour every single morning. This doesn't have to be a huge commitment at all. In fact, I mean, if you keep yourself to that standard, you're never going to implement it. It's just not realistic and it's not doable. There's a lot of stuff out there right now about the benefits of morning sunlight, and you have to get a certain number of minutes, and it has to be at the perfect time of the sun rising, and it has to be directly from the east, and you can't be behind a window, and you have to be directly in the sunlight as well. You can't be in a shady part. It's all just simple it down. And if you complicate it to that extent, you're never going to do this. So even 2 minutes in the morning is totally fine. If it's cold, because I can tell you in the middle of January, I'm not going to sit out on my deck in the direct sunlight. Not to mention the fact that the sun doesn't even really come up until 8 o'clock. And that's a lot of times when people are getting ready to leave home. So 2 minutes incorporated into something else that you're doing during your day. If that is making a cup of coffee or packing your bag, do it in front of a window. If it is a beautiful morning and you want to go sit outside on your deck, make sure that it is ideally from an easterly facing manner, because that's where the sun does come up, obviously. But the main thing is that you want your eyes, not necessarily your body, although sunlight is wonderful for your body as well, but you basically want your eyes to be exposed to the sunlight's rays. If that's through a window, great. Just don't put sunglasses on. If that is out on your deck, great. If it's for 2 minutes, great. If it's for a half an hour and it's a lovely way to start your day and you can incorporate some breathing exercises or do your devotionals or do your daily planning, wonderful. A little bit is awesome. More is even better. Just do it. That's the main thing.
Well, that feels really doable. And honestly, I have started literally doing a couple minutes in the morning. I am fortunate in my old house to have an old window. And so I do get some direct east window when I'm making my coffee in the morning. Or sometimes what we're going to talk about a little bit later is I will actually just open my door, which is also east facing, to get that nice morning sun.
Yes. And then one other little trick that you can do, they actually make happy lamps or light therapy lamps that you can now buy. I know that there's a lot of people out there that say they don't work, they're not of the right wavelength with the sun, but they do. It's better than nothing. So Laura, my mother-in-law, has a desk job. She spends a majority of her day in an office at a computer, and of course computer is blue light, but she has a happy lamp on her desk, and it has completely eliminated the need of that second cup of coffee in the afternoon and that 3 p.m. slump. It's done amazing things for her focus and her energy and her ability to continue on with energy. Those little happy lamps, you can get them on Amazon, and they actually do work as well.
Yeah, I actually just had a conversation with one of our people, and she shared, especially in the winter with the winter blues, because it just is a real thing, that's made a huge difference for her. Just having that happy light, just having a little bit of bright sun on those dreary days is huge.
Sunlight has amazing healing capacities. So on that note, here is your KISS action step. If you missed what KISS means, that was the episode that we just did. So that would be episode number 7. Go check it out. It is our framework of how we make everything simple and doable and ways to break it down. But your action step takeaway from this episode is tomorrow morning or this morning, if you're listening to this first thing, just take 5 minutes and get natural sunlight hitting your eyeballs and just keep tabs on anything that changed during your day. Good, bad, or just neutral.
And if you're not a morning person like me, start with the baby step. Do you have your coffee outside? Do you go for a walk to your mailbox? Or do you just open your door and take a deep breath or 3 and then go back and get ready for the day? So that's it. You're going to go soak up that morning sunlight. It's free, it's simple, and it's such a powerful reset button for your entire body, your whole system.
And here's a really exciting part. This is actually just one of the habits that we put together in our new free guide, 7 simple and easy habits that have literally changed our lives. Some are specific for things that I've incorporated that I've encouraged Sarah to do, and some are specific things that Sarah has incorporated that I am attempting to add into my life as well.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. It's very cool. So if you want to grab a copy of that, you're going to head to drbeckyonline.com/easy habits. That link is also going to be in the show notes, so you can just click on that, and you can start stacking these small but powerful habits.
Until then,
say yes to chocolate.
And to simple, sustainable wellness.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Say Yes to Chocolate.
If today's episode gave you a win, something to think about, or even just a smile, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, rate, and share it with a friend.
Want more? Join our email newsletter so you don't miss a beat, and come find us on all the social channels at Say Yes to Chocolate Podcast for all the quick hints and tips.
And don't forget, you can always send us your questions or episode ideas. We love hearing from you.
Until next time, keep it simple, stay curious, and always say yes to chocolate.